Are there other aspects of my bedroom that need the decluttering worse? Absolutely. Am I prepared to face them? Absolutely not. Hello, welcome back to Lauren is Batty. This is the second part of my journey following the FlyLady Method, the baby steps. So days 8 through 14. If you saw the first video, you know that cleaning is not my thing, but systems and processes are, and I love this idea of setting a timer and what you get done in that time is what you get done. Since I filmed my last video, two things happened. I got really sick with some sort of upper respiratory thing that was not the Rona, and Diablo Immortal came out. So that sort of pushed back my progress a little bit. I have not regressed. My sink stays shiny, my hotspot stays clean, but I did get to a point about day 11, we'll say. After that, it's been a while between being really consistent and making progress and just maintaining. So back on the wagon for the most part, and let's go into the baby steps for day 8 through 14. Day 8 is to create a control journal. So the FlyLady wants you to go around your house, find a binder and paper you already have. She said loose leaf paper. I couldn't tell you the last time I saw loose leaf paper. I just used printer paper that I'd already had set aside for scratch paper, use the other side. Nowhere is there ever really an explanation of what this journal is for. And I'm one of those people that I need to know why we're doing something. And I never really found a good explanation. Occasionally I would see some things about, needing the reminders about your morning and evening routine. In my last video, if you saw that, I mentioned how ritualized my morning and evening are. I do not need reminders. The other thing they said you could do with your control journal is like if in my case, if you get sick, you hand it off to one of your other family members and they maintain your process while you aren't able to. Muffin is not going to take over, so I don't understand why, as a single childless woman, human childless, Muffin is right here, I don't want to offend her, why I need this control journal. I did make one. It's right here. I haven't looked at it since day 8, where I wrote down my morning routine and I wrote down my evening routine. And the big thing about this is she just wants you not to make it fancy, not to overthink it, and definitely don't go buy anything new, as I know a lot of us love stationery and office products. She stresses very firmly to use what you got, which I'm down with. So I made it. I don't know that I'll use it. Maybe further down the line there will be a day with that we do something with the journal that I find useful. Day 9, 5-minute room rescue. Now we're getting back into the cleaning part of the FlyLady Method. 5-minute rescue is where you pick the worst room in your house or the one you would be most embarrassed for someone else to see, and you set a timer for 5 minutes and you clean it or you declutter it. So I decided to start with my bedroom. It's a bit cluttered. My bathroom is probably the most embarrassing in the house and the worst, that I would definitely be like, no, there's 2 other bathrooms you can use, just stay out of there. And the FlyLady tends to group the primary bath with your bedroom. So I'm just gonna treat them all as one. And also, my friend Magdalena is an interior designer and feng shui specialist, and she always says if you're overwhelmed with decluttering or cleaning up, to start where you rejuvenate, which makes perfect sense. I'll drop her socials below. You should follow her for design and feng shui tips. Anywho, so I decided to start with my bedroom. Nobody sees it other than Muffin, but hey. And I decided to start with my nightstand. It was really cluttered, and it is right next to where I rejuvenate. So I will insert some footage of that, and as a reminder, set a timer for 5 minutes. What you get done is what you get done in that 5 minutes, and you do this every day.
Okay, I was wrong. I started with panning around my room, showing you all of my clutter. Being real here. So I am a piler. I like to pile things up and leave them in their piles. As you can see, there's a pile of bags that I need to sort. My vanity actually looks pretty good. There's a pile of old jewelry I need to sort. This is a giant pile of random stuff, which is where I actually started my 5-minute room rescue instead of, I thought I had done it by my nightstand, but I started on that pile instead.
Day 10, gather the trash. So what you do is you set a timer for 15 minutes, and you go around your house, gather up all the trash, throw it out. This is actually a good one for me because I'm really good about getting the downstairs trash and recycling out. The upstairs trash and what little bit of stuff I have that could go in recycling from upstairs usually sits there for a long time. This is a good reminder for me to do once a week. I believe once you graduate to real FlyLady Method, Thursday is the day she wants you to gather your trash. I will swap that with Tuesday when I get there because trash pickup day here is Wednesday. It doesn't make sense for me to gather my trash on Thursday for it to sit for like a whole nother week, especially in the summertime in Las Vegas. Like, I don't want it sitting outside getting gross. Anyhow. Day 11, declutter. So, this is one of the days where, if you're going by the book Chaos to Clean and checking the website, they say two different things. The website says to gather some inspirational quotes, blah blah blah, and put them in your control journal. And hey, if you need some positive affirmations to keep this train going, to get you through those days where you just don't wanna, I'm all for it. You go. For me, I went with what the book said, which was to spend 15 minutes decluttering. I need that more in my life than I need inspirational quotes. For sure. So, set a timer for 15 minutes and declutter. And since I started with my bedroom, like focusing on my bedroom, I started with my clothes. I started with cleaning out my drawers, and then I moved to my closet. Although, like, I had just taken like 3 full bags of clothes to Savers, I already feel overwhelmed by a bunch of clothes I don't wear, and my drawer's being full of crap that I don't wear. So I decided to start with clothes. Are there other aspects of my bedroom that need the decluttering worse? Absolutely. Am I prepared to face them? Absolutely not. So we're starting easy. We're making progress. It's not perfect, but 15 minutes of decluttering is doable. Day 12, email. Again, this is one of the places where the website says one thing and the book says something else. The book tells you, hey, go subscribe to the FlyLady emails. The website says, hey, go delete all your FlyLady emails because digital clutter is also clutter. And if you watched my last video, you know I have a lot of feelings about the way the FlyLady goes about her email marketing, and none of them are positive. So, you can bet your rat that I jumped on the one that said go in and delete all your FlyLady emails.
So we are going to delete all of these emails. I just changed my preference to only get announcements, so we shall see if that helps. I have been subscribed to the FlyLady newsletter since probably April 21st, April 27th, 22nd. I'm filming this on May 31st. So a month and a week. Let's see how many emails we have, shall we? 1 through 50 of mini, 51 through 100 of mini, 101, 150, 200, 255. And so, honestly, this only goes back to April 30th. You can add at least another 150 emails onto that. At least. Possibly 200. I can go check my last video. I think I mentioned then how many I had. So in a month and a week, I've gotten probably 400 emails. Yeah, this is why I say avoid the emails. Just check the website or the app.
Editing bad here. Switching to announcements only did not help. In less than 24 hours, I had 3 emails. That's not just announcements. So I am fully unsubscribed from FlyLady emails. Day 13, daily missions. Once you are into FlyLady proper, you focus on a different zone of your house every week. And there's a list of those. And for those zones, she lists out daily missions. So depending on the zone you're focusing on that week, you go check the app or the website to see what the different missions are. It could be things like, hey, vacuum this area, scrub your shower, yeah, do whatever. I really need these kind of reminders for these things that you should be doing, that need to get done, that I don't think about doing, or really don't like. I like for them to be done. I like to have a clean house, but I don't care enough without some sort of external motivation. So these reminders say, hey, go do this. I can do that. So when I got back to feeling better and making progress, the zone that we were in was bathroom plus an extra room. So I decided to just keep working on my ensuite bath. And the mission that day, or one of the missions that week, was to declutter underneath your sink. So I kind of double dipped and called that my 15-minute declutter for the day and my mission. Kind of cheating. But sort of to balance it out, I did come down and sweep most of the downstairs. So again, you set your trusty timer for 15 minutes. What you get done is what you get done. And you are, I believe, I need to go back and do this. I believe you're supposed to do a mission every day. I'm not to that point.
All right, you are sitting underneath my bathroom sink, and there is some organization, but I just kind of started cramming things in there and not really putting them where they belonged. So I went through the bins on the top. I didn't bother to show you those, just like medicine and stuff. And that's all like travel stuff. And I ran out of time, so that little section is yet to be done.
Last day, day 14, calendar time. The FlyLady wants you to make out a physical calendar of all your appointments, your activities, everything your family's got going on, and post it somewhere that you see all the time. And she's more than happy to sell you her calendar system in those hundreds of emails you get. Anyhow, Muffin only has one appointment a year, and shout out to the team at All About Cats. See y'all in November. So I don't really need to worry about the rest of the family. And I'm all about using technology to make life easier. So between the project management tool Trello I use and my Google Calendar, I use those two to organize everything. It's not on my Trello board and or in my Google Calendar, it's not happening. Just give up. It's not gonna happen. Although I've been doing my FlyLady stuff, and those aren't in my calendar. That's just part of my ritualized behaviors that we're building. Anyhow, like I said, everything goes in my Google Calendars. I also have my phone set up, so when I turn my alarm off, it tells me about the weather and what's on my calendar for the day. So I get a reminder there as well. Anywho, let's pop over to my calendar and I'll show you how I sync and color code multiple calendars into one.
Okay, I wanted to just share what my calendar looks like since today is day 14 and it's calendar day. I do not use a physical calendar. I Google Calendar everything. If it is not in my Google Calendar, it does not exist. It does not happen. I have 3 calendars that sync to this, my main calendar. There's my personal calendar, and then I have 2 different calendars, one for my business and one for my main client. Everything's color-coded. These are all in the past, so they're kind of pasteled out. Personal things are green. Things from my business account are purple. Networking or social business things are lavender color. And anything medical related, doctor related, blood donation is in red. Everything goes in the calendar. So like my friend was out of town, I had to feed her cats, in the calendar. My co-working with a colleague of mine, in the calendar.
everything goes in the calendar. Meeting next week. See, this is from my client calendar. This is what it looks like normally. So, client meeting, my co-working time, discovery call, and then my dance rehearsal is in green for personal. So that's kind of what my calendar looks like. I prefer the week view. You can do day or month. You can also set up Google so that it sends you an agenda every day. But I do understand that some people need a physical calendar and need to see it constantly. I like having everything sync by itself. All right, we're adding a little bonus section in. Let's call it keeping it real. For the most part, I have been able to stick to the method and keep on things. However, I've found a few ways to sort of justify some behaviors or sneak in a little loophole here and there. Like instead of stacking up my packages on what I had designated as my hotspot, I put them on a different counter. They stacked up for a while. But my designated hotspot and my sink were still clean. One of the days I was doing my 5-minute rescue, I did the sink in the ensuite, and I got halfway finished when my 5 minutes went off, and I haven't gotten around to the other side. So half my sink is clean, and half of it's not. Still, it's progress. What happened with my 5-minute rescue is I went back to doing my nightstand and I dusted everything, I cleaned off everything. So one day I noticed, it was when I was sick and I was trying to move everything on my nightstand around the humidifier. I was like, why is this clock here? I don't use this. I've had this, an alarm clock. It was a really cool alarm clock. It has a projector that will project the time onto the ceiling. So if you're super nearsighted, like I am, you wake up in the middle of the night, the numbers are giant and you can see them. However, in this house, I have textured ceilings and you can't read it. So this alarm clock has been sitting on my nightstand unplugged for 4 years. And I've just been living around it. It's just moving stuff around it. And it just made me realize that you can become so accustomed to your clutter that you don't even see it. So after I saw that, I had to, I focused again on my nightstand. Nightstand's good now. So next time I do a 5-minute room rescue, we'll go back to the sink and get the rest of that done. Yeah. And I am struggling to get back into doing my 5-minute rescue and doing my 15-minute declutter. Part of it is lack of energy, and part of it is Diablo. Sorry. And that's okay. Because I'm still making progress. And, a friend of mine came over and had lunch with me, and she was like, I can really tell that you're doing this, that you're doing the FlyLady Method. It looks better. It looks good in here. And it's not that, especially downstairs, it's not like it's ever looked really bad. But anywho. So yeah, doing a little bit every day helps. Overall, I found this set of FlyLady BabySteps way more useful and way more relevant to my life. So we will continue to make progress and we will get through the rest of the 31 baby steps. Below, you'll find links to learn more about the FlyLady Method and how you can support bat conservation. Stay batty, my friends.